So, my beautiful Virgo, as we gently close out this reading, I really want you to take a moment to acknowledge just how much you've grown, even if it doesn't always feel dramatic on the surface. There has been a deep internal shift within you. You are no longer the same person who entered last year carrying the same worries, the same doubts, or the same emotional weight. Something inside you has realigned, and that alone changes everything moving forward. This reading shows a Virgo who is stepping into a more empowered, self directed version of themselves. You're learning that your time, your energy, and your emotional resources are sacred. You're no longer willing to overextend yourself, overgive, or sacrifice your well being just to keep things comfortable for others. And that doesn't make you cold, distant, or selfish. It makes you wise. It means you've learned the value of balance. What's beautiful here is that even as you become more disciplined, more structured, and more intentional, your heart remains open. You're not closing yourself off from love, joy, or connection. Instead, you're becoming more selective about what and who deserves access to you. You're choosing quality over chaos, depth over distraction, and purpose over pressure. There is a strong sense in this reading that you are reclaiming your inner authority. You're trusting yourself more, you're listening to your intuition more, and you're no longer second guessing your decisions the way you once did. Even when you feel uncertain, you're still moving forward, and that's powerful. Progress doesn't require perfection, it only requires consistency and self belief. Spirit is also showing that the things you've been quietly working on, thinking about, or planning behind the scenes are not going unnoticed. Even if results haven't fully materialized yet, momentum is building. Seeds are being planted, alignments are happening in the background. You're stepping into a phase where your efforts start to feel more supported, more recognized, and more rewarded. Emotionally, there is healing here. Whether you're releasing old disappointments, past heartbreaks, or lingering self doubt, you're learning how to carry those experiences without letting them define you. You're no longer living from a place of lack or fear. You're choosing to move forward with hope, curiosity, and quiet confidence. And I want you to remember this, Virgo. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You don't need every answer, every plan, or every guarantee. What you need is already within you. Your clarity will come step by step, decision by decision, moment by moment. Trust that the path will reveal itself as you walk it. This chapter of your life is about building something sustainable, something meaningful, something that reflects who you truly are, not who you felt pressured to be. And as long as you continue honoring yourself, setting healthy boundaries, and following what genuinely lights you up, you cannot go wrong. And Virgo, one more thing that really wants to come through before we fully close this space is the reminder that you are entering a phase where patience will be rewarded in very tangible ways. This is not just emotional or spiritual growth we're talking about here, but real world shifts, stability, security, a sense of grounding that allows you to finally exhale and say, I'm okay now, I'm safe, I'm building something solid. There's a quiet reassurance surrounding you right now. Even if life still feels uncertain in moments, there is a deep undercurrent of support guiding you. You're being protected from things that would have drained you, distracted you, or pulled you off your path. Some doors closed not to punish you, but to preserve your energy and redirect you towards something better suited for who you're becoming. What stands out strongly is that happiness is going to arrive in a way that feels natural, not forced. It's not going to come from chasing, proving, or overworking yourself. It will come from alignment, from being in the right place, with the right people, doing things that actually resonate with your soul. And when it happens, you may look back and realize that everything you thought was a delay was actually divine timing. In love, career, and personal fulfillment, you are learning how to trust the process without losing yourself in it. You're no longer waiting for permission. You're no longer asking others to validate what you already know deep down. You are stepping into a space where your choices feel intentional, calm, and grounded rather than reactive or fear based. There is also a sense of pride returning to you. Not the loud kind, but the quiet kind that comes from knowing you did your best, that you stayed true to yourself, and that you didn't compromise your values to fit into situations that weren't meant for you. That kind of pride builds confidence that lasts. Spirit is encouraging you to keep honoring your routines, your boundaries, and your inner voice. Small, consistent actions are going to create big results for you over time. Don't underestimate the power of steady progress. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compare. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. And finally, Virgo, remember that you are allowed to enjoy what you're creating. You're allowed to feel joy without guilt. You're allowed to rest without feeling lazy. You're allowed to receive without feeling like you have to earn it through exhaustion. Balance is becoming your greatest strength. And the more you lean into it, the more peaceful and fulfilling life will feel. Virgo, there is also something important about the way you are redefining success right now. You're no longer chasing what looks good on the outside or what society told you should make you happy. Instead, you're asking yourself a much deeper question. Does this feel right to me? And that shift alone changes the entire trajectory of your life. When you move from alignment instead of pressure, everything begins to reorganize itself around you. You may notice that certain people slowly fade out of your life during this period, not through conflict, not through drama, but through distance and silence. And that's okay. Some connections were only meant to walk with you for a chapter, not the entire story. You're learning not to cling to what has already fulfilled its purpose. Letting go is becoming less painful and more liberating because you understand now that space creates room for better things to enter. There is also a strong theme of home and grounding surrounding you. For some of you, this is literal, a new living space, a move, a change in environment that brings more peace and stability. For others, this is internal. You're creating a sense of home within yourself, a place where you feel safe, supported, and at ease no matter what's happening around you. And once you have that inner foundation, nothing external can shake you the way it once did. Financially, there is a steady upward movement here. This isn't about sudden chaos or reckless risk. This is about smart decisions, patience, and long-term vision. You're learning how to manage your resources in a way that supports your future instead of draining your present. Money becomes less of a source of anxiety and more of a tool that helps you build the life you want. And with that comes confidence, independence, and peace of mind. Emotionally, you are releasing the need to explain yourself to people who were never willing to truly understand you. You're no longer shrinking your truth to avoid discomfort. You're standing firm in who you are, even if that means being misunderstood by some. And the right people, the ones meant to stay, will meet you at that level without requiring you to change or compromise yourself. There's also a sense of joy returning in small, unexpected ways. Simple moments start to feel meaningful again. Laughter feels lighter. Rest feels deserved. You're reconnecting with parts of yourself that were quiet for a long time because you were too busy surviving. Now, you're moving beyond survival and into creation. Spirit keeps emphasizing that you don't even realize yet how happy you're going to be. Not because everything will be perfect, but because you'll finally feel aligned. You'll feel at peace with your choices. You'll trust yourself. And that inner harmony is what creates true happiness, the kind that lasts. So, as you continue forward, Virgo, move gently, stay intentional, protect your energy, trust your timing. Everything you are building now is laying the foundation for a much more stable, fulfilling chapter ahead. You're exactly where you need to be, even if the path still feels uncertain at times. And remember, you are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything meant for you. What's aligned with your soul will always find its way to you. Thank you for being here with Virgo, for trusting this message, and for allowing yourself to receive what needed to come through today. Stay connected to yourself, stay grounded in your truth, and know that what you've been working toward is closer than you think. Stay connected, stay grounded, and keep trusting yourself. This journey is unfolding in your favor, even when you can't see the full picture yet.